Yellowstone fans were on top of the world when they found out that a spin-off series was on its way. The only problem is that it was taking way too long. Part 2 of the series finale is releasing 2 years after Part 1. How ridiculous is that? To top it all off, the star attraction to one of the spin-off shows just announced that he won't be a part of it anymore. Here's why Matthew McConaughey left for good. Very long negotiations. What started off as a rumor turned out to be reality in March 2023 when Paramount Media Networks announced that McConaughey would be joining the Dutton universe. But here's the kicker. A new actor being part of the spin-off shows was said during an interview. There was no official announcement. Matter of fact, there wasn't an official announcement for a very long time. This didn't mean that what Chris McCarthy, the Paramount Media Network's head, announced about Matthew was a complete lie. The hottest scoop of January 2024 was that McConaughey was getting impatient, frustrated even. Negotiating a contract was taking forever because he was asking for $2.5 million per episode. That sounds like a lot of money, but this is an Academy Award-winning actor, folks. He deserves to ask for that much. His agent said that not a single contract has ever taken this long in Matthew's entire career. The bigger issue was that he kept putting aside other projects on hold since the announcement, which is why he hasn't been in any major blockbusters for quite some time now. McConaughey was scared that if he accepted another offer, Yellowstone would reach a decision and mess up all the scheduling. He'd either have to cash in for a few million or stick to a show that would put his non-existent grandkids in retirement. Oh, and he didn't even know how long the showrunners would take to even write a script in the first place. It's taking 2 years for 2 parts of a series finale to air. Imagine how long it'd take to write the whole script of a spin-off show. In February, rumor had it that Matthew was still the #1 pick to star, but he was very unenthusiastic about it as compared to early 2023. A lot of fans are super bummed out about this because he's literally the perfect choice for this show. When you think about horses, ranches, and cowboys, there's only one actor in Hollywood who can do justice. Now even he's not all in for it anymore. But guess what? Chris McCarthy, the same man who told the world about Matthew's involvement in the show with excitement, pulled a complete 180. Madison, the real spin-off show. So Matthew was going to be the lead of a spin-off show called 2024. It'd pick things off from the modern-day Duttons and see where the story goes. But in early August, Chris McCarthy announced that they were kicking Matthew off the show and hiring Michelle Fifer instead. Yes, the Michelle Fifer. After starring in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, the veteran actress needs to stay in something more grounded and dramatic. Superhero movies weren't quite her forte, so when she saw Yellowstone was looking for a lead, she came running. They renamed the spin-off to The Madison, and it'll be written by Taylor Sheridan, the same writer behind Yellowstone. It'll also pick up right after the series finale. In other words, fans have no room to breathe. Fifer will play a new character called Stacy Clyburn, the matriarch of a family from New York City. They moved to the Madison River Valley of Montana after her husband dies. A few news sources said that the new show gives fans a look at human connections and grief, but that's pretty much all they have to say about it. No one knows of any other Dutton members that'll appear in the Madison, which has everyone asking one question. What about Matthew McConaughey? It looks like the showrunners dodged a massive bullet, to say the least. The last time someone with a similar attitude as McConaughey starred as the lead, he left in the very last season. Yellowstone's curse with male leads. It's a crazy coincidence that the actor who plays John Dutton III is also an Oscar winner. Kevin Costner was known to be a jerk with a God complex on the show. Even though Matthew said that he wasn't a big fan of drama behind the scenes, his frustration said otherwise. Yellowstone has taken 5 years from Costner's career. Sure, he was getting paid like over $1 million per episode, but what about growth? What's the last movie you remember seeing him in? Yeah, that's right. And guess what? You know how the writers and showrunners are taking forever to find a common ground with McConaughey? Yeah, well, Kevin once said that he left the set of Horizon to shoot Yellowstone only for Yellowstone to not have a script. Think of all the carbon emissions his private jet left when traveling from one state to another. Kevin knew that they'd probably just kill his character and got pretty mad. He told them that if they want a week to film his death, he'll give them a week. The issue wasn't Costner's devotion to the show. He loved Yellowstone, and there's no doubt about that. He even made it his first priority back in 2018, hoping nothing would go wrong. Kevin is straight up blaming the people running the show for the mess that it has become. But that's not all, because he said that even his co-stars disappointed him. When he raised his voice over the concerns of the lack of commitment in finishing a script or even taking everyone's schedules more seriously, no one took his side. The air behind the camera was very thin, and it was as if everyone hated each other. So is McConaughey glad that he's no longer part of something that would cost his sanity? Guess it's Michelle Fifer's turn to see where the road takes her. But wait, there's another spin-off show, right? Is Matthew a part of that one instead of the Madison? What do we know about 1923? 1923, huh? The name says it all. It's a prequel to Yellowstone, and unfortunately, Matthew isn't attached to that show. They got another cowboy who fits the role just as much as the Oscar winner. A lot of fans were satisfied with the first season back in 2022, but there's always room for more actors in the next few seasons. After Yellowstone, Taylor Sheridan will be busy in the writer's room working on both 1923 and The Madison. And no, Matthew McConaughey isn't in the Dutton universe, not in the past, and definitely not in the future. If only there was another spin-off, right? No one blames you for not keeping track, but 1944 is the spin-off to 1923. It's as if there's a separate universe set in the early 20th century. Before 1923, fans got 1883, another prequel released in 2021. Those are a lot of years to hear all at once, huh? But Sheridan played it safe and didn't pull through with the second season because he was scared that people would start losing interest. Kind of ironic because he's announcing like 3 other spin-offs. 1944 will continue with Spencer Dutton's life. Since he was a part of the First World War, there's a possibility of him getting drafted to the second one. Could this be an opening for McConaughey? Realistically, it's not looking too good. McConaughey's upcoming projects. One stroll through his IMDb page and you'll see that he's set to voice a character in a video game called Exodus. There was another voice acting gig that he did for a recent superhero movie, but revealing details of that would be considered a spoiler. Let's just say he stuck to his cowboy accent and cracked a few jokes. Superhero movies and video games aside, he'll be starring in The Lost Bus, which is currently under post-production. He stars alongside America Ferrera in a movie about California's Camp Fire. The Camp Fire was the most destructive forest fire California has ever witnessed between November 8th and November 25th, 2018. Sure, his schedule doesn't look like anything that could pick up an Oscar or two. But you never know. He's still up for new roles and is probably looking for the most interesting one. An A-lister like Matthew McConaughey shouldn't have any problem landing a role in a huge movie. A spin-off show, on the other hand? Yeah, that has proven to be a bit of a problem. As for Yellowstone, you can catch the grand finale on November 10th, 2024. This is about to change the trajectory of the Dutton family. Let us know what you think of the current Yellowstone slate and what you predict will happen in the series finale. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos. See you in the next one.